NEL Rin and maybe even NEL Bachira are getting deleted entirely from the game, and I'm not even kidding right now. But wait, before we talk about it, let's focus a little bit on Part 2 of the Halloween update. Yep, the Halloween update Part 2 just dropped today, and Demon Shidou is officially here. I think most of you have already seen it, spun for him, or maybe even got lucky enough to pull him on your first few spins. And yeah, I'll say it right away. Demon Shidou looks incredible. His animations, the VFX, the whole demonic striker vibe, they really nailed the personality this time. But today's video isn't just going to be about breaking down his moveset or awakening like everyone else is doing right now. Instead, I want to talk about something much bigger that's about to happen next week. Something that could completely shift the game again. I'm talking about the balancing update that's coming right after this Halloween event. And more specifically, the new vaulting poles. And hey, before we continue, just a quick reminder to like this video and of course, subscribe to my channel to help me reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Thank you so much in advance. Let's get back to the main topic. If you've been watching my previous videos, you'll remember I already talked about this topic before. How the devs, especially Spax and Melted, have been discussing vaulting styles. Basically, it means taking outdated or low-quality styles out of the spin pool until they get reworked or buffed. In simpler terms, think of it like a temporary removal. The styles won't be deleted from your inventory. You'll still be able to play them if you already own them. But new players won't be able to roll them again until they're fixed or improved. And yeah, that's not just some theory or rumor. It's something the devs are seriously considering implementing next week. Because Spax himself, literally, can I say, confirmed it? So he said, nobody is getting vaulted this week. Next week is fair game. That one sentence basically confirms that the next update, the one following this Demon Shidou drop, will mark the beginning of the vaulting system. And if you've been paying attention to the recent polls, we already know which styles are being looked at first. Originally, I mentioned in my last video that Aiku and Corona were on that list. Those two have been the main candidates for vaulting for a while now, and honestly, that makes sense. Both of them are extremely outdated. Their mechanics feel stiff, their VFX are ancient compared to the new gen styles, and they just don't hold up anymore in either visuals or gameplay. But now, the devs have added a few new names to that vaulting discussion, and surprisingly, one of them is NEL Rin. Yeah, that shocked me too, because remember, Nall Ren literally just got a rework a couple of weeks ago. You'd think they'd give him some time to settle into the meta, right? But apparently, the community, and even the devs, aren't happy with how his rework turned out. A lot of people have been calling it unfinished or rushed, and honestly, I can kind of see it. His awakening animation, for example. Let's be honest, it's weird. Everyone's been pointing it out. For some reason, in his own awakening scene, Sei is literally there, dominating the spotlight in a way that just doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be Rin's awakening, but somehow it looks like Sei's the one stealing the show. And that's not the only issue. A lot of his new mechanics don't feel properly tuned. His shots feel inconsistent, his flow triggers awkwardly, and overall his kit doesn't reflect the power and intensity you'd expect from Rin's character. So yeah, I kind of understand why people are saying his rework feels raw or unfinished. Now, whether vaulting him is the right call or not, that's where things get complicated. Because on one hand, removing him temporarily could give the devs a chance to actually fix his kit and re-release him properly polished. But on the other hand, vaulting a recently reworked style feels like a weird move. Still, if the devs manage to rework him again within a week or two, then sure, maybe it's a good idea. It would give them a chance to clean up the mess before it gets worse. Now let's go over the rest of the potential vaulting list. Aside from NEL Rin, the other two names that were mentioned in recent polls are Corona, who we already expected, and NEL Bachira. Yeah, that one surprised me too. Because even though Bachira isn't one of the most popular picks, I never thought he was that bad. He's not broken, sure, but he's still a fun, fast-paced dribbler style with some solid move options. His kit might be outdated compared to something like Livigno or Loki, but he definitely doesn't feel like a style that needs to be completely removed from rotation. But according to the devs, there's actually a very specific reason why NEL Bachira is being considered for vaulting. He's the second least used character in the entire game. Yep, Spax actually said that in the official Discord. NEL Bachira is the second least used style in the game. And honestly, that lines up with what I've seen too. I play a lot, and I can barely remember the last time I ran into a NEL Bachira player. I see more Coronas and even Karasas than Bachiras these days, and that's saying something. So from a numbers standpoint, I guess it makes sense. If no one's playing him and he's not contributing much to the meta, then vaulting him temporarily might give the devs time to rebuild him into something more exciting later on. But still, it's kind of sad, because Bachira is such a fan-favorite character from Blue Lock as a series, and his style could be really fun if they just gave him the right tweaks. So as of right now, here's the potential vaulting list based on polls and dev comments. NEL Rin, reworked recently but poorly received. Corona, outdated and low impact. Aiku, visually and mechanically outdated. And NEL Bachira, underused, second least played in the game. And again, Spax's words confirm that none of this will happen this week. But next week is fair game. Meaning, by the time the balancing update hits after the Halloween event, we could actually see some or all of these styles disappear from the gacha temporarily. And I want to make it clear again, vaulting doesn't mean deletion. If you already have them, you'll keep them. You'll still be able to use them. You just won't be able to pull them again until the devs finish their reworks and decide they're good enough to reintroduce. Personally, I think this system is smart. It's a cleaner way to maintain the game's quality over time. Because right now, we have so many old or half-finished styles cluttering the pool that it makes spins feel random and unrewarding. Vaulting basically fixes that by removing the filler. It lets players focus on getting newer, better-designed styles like Reaper Say, Demon Shidou, or Don Lorenzo, while the devs quietly rebuild the old ones behind the scenes. But I'll be honest, vaulting Nall Ren this soon does sting a little. The devs hyped his rework so much, and to see it already being considered for removal feels like they either rushed it or didn't have enough time to polish it properly. I just hope that if they do vault him, they give him a true overhaul when he comes back. Something that actually makes him feel like Rin again. Same goes for NEL Bachira. If they rework him, I hope they make him faster, more fluid, maybe with new dribble mechanics or an improved flow system. He deserves that. But yeah, that's where things stand right now. We got Demon Shidou today, an amazing addition despite the usual launch bugs. And next week, we're likely stepping into a new phase of balancing that could reshape the entire roster. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with the devs vaulting NEL Rin, Bachira, and the others? Or do you think they should leave them in the game and just fix them over time? Let me know your thoughts down below because I'm really curious what the community thinks about this one. Personally, I think it's a good system if it's handled properly, but vaulting styles too early like Rin could easily backfire if it feels like wasted hype. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll probably make another video soon once we get more info on the balancing patch and exactly which styles are confirmed for vaulting. But for now, enjoy Demon Shidou, have fun with the event, and prepare for next week, because things are about to get very interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.